Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. This is our weekly broadcast where I'm going to be going over the astrology of the week and how it's going to be affecting us collectively, and then at the end do a tarot card reading, tarot and oracle card reading, to see what the message is from our spirit guides, our angels, and our teachers. Excited to be back. If you guys did not get a chance to check out the interview that I did on Astro Mingle with Christopher Witecki, please check that out. I did share it on the community board here on YouTube. Also, all the new subscribers, welcome. So excited and happy that you are here. If you have not subscribed yet and you happen to find yourself on the channel for your first time, thank you again for being here, checking out these videos, and please subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you get notified of when I go live and when I upload videos. Most of my broadcasts are live streamed here on YouTube, so getting that notification is really nice so you don't miss, and you get to hang out with us in the live chat, which is part of why I love doing these broadcasts live. And also, if you have not yet downloaded my free moon astrology guide, please do so, because it will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. And it also enters you into my email list, where I send out a weekly moon magic report on Wednesdays. And that usually, it tells you the horoscope for the week, the astrology that's coming up for the week, but it's in written format. And so you can always go back and reference it throughout the week. If anyone is interested in getting a reading with me, you can book on my website, channelforgrace.com. The options that you have is 2-hour reading or 1-hour session. These are focused on looking at the 3 systems of astrology, gene keys, and human design, and answering any questions that you have. I intuitively flow through all of the 3 systems, and this is something that I'm really passionate about. I feel that these 3 systems give us different types of insight, and they speak to us about our unique design in 3 different languages that can help give us a full picture, a complete picture. You can also purchase a human design map, where I create this PDF file document of your human design, everything human design, type, strategy, authority, profile, incarnation cross, the channels in your design, the hanging gates in your design. And I include also gene key information in the hanging gates aspect of it. And I also create a unique mantra for you, which I created by looking at your gene keys. And this is, there's like a page on the document that you can actually print out and frame it. And it's like your life mantra. Those are like the best, that's like the best aspect of that at all, of the whole project. But that is really, really fun as well. And it also comes with a 30-minute session that you get to book after you've received your map and gotten a chance to look through it. I also offer Akashic record readings, including entire training to certify yourself as an Akashic record reader. And that program is actually called the Moon Goddess Training. We have begun this year already, but I have always had women who felt the call join us after we've begun the program. We're just a few weeks in, 3 weeks in. It is a total of a 9-week program, so there's still plenty of time to join us if you want to. Level 1 is all about the fundamentals and learning sacred geometry, hermetic alchemy, the chakras, the moon centers, a lot of information that helps us understand how the Akashic records work and how we, our unique self, interprets the information. We also go into gene keys, human design, astrology. This is like the most comprehensive program that I offer. It's a year-long program, but you can sign up for all 3 levels, or you can sign up for 1 level at a time. But anyways, Akashic record reading are the most intuitive reading that I do. We don't necessarily look at any of your charts. We use information that just is intuitively channeled through me through the Akashic records. I use different types of esoteric knowledge, and then also the tarot and the oracle, and all the wisdom just comes through. These readings are so powerful. You can, the possibilities are, if you need, chakra clearing, we can do that. If you need to crystal grid your home, we can do that. If you need to look at a specific soul contract with someone, we can do that. Receive information about the contract. Akashic astrology, which is an intuitive type of astrology or Akashic record reading that I discovered in my studies of reading the Akashic records. We can look into your spirit guides. We can look into messages from spirit guides, energy clearing, and sometimes mediumship comes through, and shamanic journeying can be a part of this too. So it's like very intuitive, very open-ended as well, but also a really awesome option. I also offer starseed ancestry readings. So if you want to know what kind of starseed you are, like Orion or Lyran or Sirius starseed, I can do these readings, and you get a cosmic perspective of your soul when you sign up for one of these readings. They're amazing. Atlantean astrology is a system of astrology that I named this, but essentially we discover the 12 major soul contracts in your chart as they relate to walking your unique astrological path, to understand how these relationships affect your body, your destiny, your soul evolution, and basically your journey here on earth. So we place these 12 soul contracts on your chart, and they give you so much insight about the lessons that you are here to learn. It's a very unique type of reading. And also you can do past life regression. I've studied the QHHT method, quantum healing, hypnosis therapy, as well as beyond quantum healing. So it's like a combination of both. But this is the method that Dolores Cannon brought to the world. And if you want to go into, I've done 2 Akashic or 2 past life regression sessions that I still haven't gotten a chance to upload, but I want to upload them onto this channel so you guys can hear the information that's coming through. They have been so freaking fun. It's amazing. So anyways, just wanted to make sure you guys know what is available on this channel. And now I would like to say hi to everyone that is here in the chats. Hello, Atma. Kiran Kar, welcome in. Satnam. Raessa is here. Ella, hello. It's been a long time. Yes, Mary is here as well. Hello, Starseed. Bernadine, good to see you. C Chi Organics, greetings from Palm Springs. Good to see you. Anastasia is here. Who else do we have here? We have Jeanette. Yes, and there's a lot going on this week. We're going to get into the astrology in just a moment. Dawn, welcome in. I hope this week the stars are aligning in calm the F down vibe. Oh my God. I'm sorry to tell you, no. Oh my God. Well, we're still in eclipse season, so it is what it is. I sat down today and I was like, this is insane because I literally, you guys know I wrote a book last year called Seasons and Stargates, and I have been so freaking busy. I mean, in a really good way. In a really good way, life has been fucking amazing for me, okay? Especially like starting the beginning of this year, like I just started 2025 off with a bang. I got invited to go to Egypt with Robert Grant. It was freaking amazing. I have been invited to go again in May and I can't freaking wait. And yeah, just so much growth and expansion for me leading out of my progressed full moon in the sign of Capricorn that reached its climax last year. So I'm in the disseminating moon right now, which is a time of harvest. So all the hard work that I put into life since 2010 to find myself, to discover myself, it's now paying off. I'm at that moment in my life where it's paying off and I'm like reaping the rewards, harvesting the fruit. It has been amazing. So yes. And so I've been so busy that I've been like wanting and one of the big, things that I have going on that it was happening in the background is the Seasons and Stargates book. Now I am going to get the book done. It's going to be late, which obviously messes with my little ego because of course it's a calendar. And so you want to make sure it goes out on time. However, I can only do my best. And my best is that I will get the book done. And I will be putting it out as soon as it is completed. It is a task, you guys, to write this book because it's like a calendar of the entire year. So I am going to just relax into that process and give you more updates as I continue. As we finish March, we enter Aries season. There's so much going on. We've got the Starseed membership. I will say that if you do want to receive the information that is in the book, I share it like 100% with the Starseed membership. And this is the place where we, talk about the astrology of the month, the things that are coming up, the important transits of the month. We meet once a month in a support group type setting to share with each other, to see what has been happening in our lives. We have a really beautiful community in this space. I post notifications when there's major transits going on, and all of the information basically comes from the book. So I don't have the whole book finished, so that's what I need to finish working on. But for the first few seasons, they're done. And so I will be using all this information in the Starseed membership. So that's one way to get access to it. And so sometime in April, I believe I'm going to be having the release kind of party and event. I was supposed to do this week, but oh my God, it's not going to happen. So I need to breathe and I need to get myself organized and I need to start, making sure that process gets going. But I am really excited about it. I know that this is something that is really important to me and that I will not rest this year, these next couple of months until it is completed. So I am very excited about that. So it's just the book is coming. It's not going to be coming exactly on time. But anyways, this leads us actually right into the astrology of this week. And what's the most significant thing that's happening this week is that we are entering Aries season. Do you realize that we reached the freaking spring equinox? And the realization that I was having earlier is this like time speeding up. I've been talking about it in all the readings I've been doing, and it just feels like an acceleration of time. And like things are going just so fast that it feels like time is moving faster than we can catch up with it. At least in my life, that's kind of how it feels right now. But it's almost like you got to just stay on top of it. And I know that everyone's feeling the astrology of this year. It is very, very, very intense. We have a lot of transits that are happening that are like huge. And a lot of them are, they've already started. We're in the middle of a Venus retrograde right now. We just started Mercury retrograde this weekend. But we're about to see some major aspects and transits happening as soon as we enter into Aries season this week. And March, like in general, is like a crazy month. So we have a couple more days here with the sun in Pisces. So we're getting towards the end of Pisces season. And if you remember me talking about this, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. And this means that this month is the month where we received like the ultimate lesson of our personal astrological year. And what I mean by that is that in your own natal chart, you have all the different signs represented in different houses. And wherever you have these signs, all the way from Aries to Pisces, is where you experience the frequency of the astrology seasons passing through your chart. So, I can give you an example. I can pull my chart up here. Let's go here. My chart. So some of you are new to astrology, and I mean, I'm a teacher at heart, my favorite thing is to teach. So I often jump into this teacher mode. So you see my chart in the inner wheel, and on the outside, you see the transits. So if you find Aries for me in my chart, you will see it at the kind of the top left angle, which is the midheaven in the chart. And it is the cusp of my 10th house of career and life path. So that means that you can see that in my 9th house, where I have Pisces intercepted, that the sun and Neptune and the North Node and Saturn are in this place for me. So this means that every year, when I get to the end of the astrological year, Pisces season is going to be contained within my 9th house. The sun passing through will be in my 9th house. Any planets passing through Pisces will be in my 9th house. So the completion of my personal year is the 9th house, which is the house of spiritual integration and transcendence. And it is also connected to expansion and growth and education and going on new adventures. So my year ends with this spiritual theme of Pisces. It's like the ultimate completion and the realization of like how much I've grown and expanded. And it happens as I leap into the void. And it's very intense every year for me. And it's exciting though, because as I integrate, right, this is the time for me to spiritually integrate. I get ready, and we're all getting ready right now to end this year and start the new astrological year, which begins with Aries season. So the sun enters into Aries at the time of the spring equinox, at least in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, you guys are going into the fall. And what ends up happening is that my year starts in my 10th house. So I'm getting ready to initiate, right? Aries is about initiating. Aries is about the spark, the fire that sparks something going. Aries is the hero's journey, like the hero, like the Fool card, like entering into this space of a new adventure. And we get to spark and initiate our lives once again. And everything that I teach, and I've been noticing more than anything lately, is that everything has to do with cycles. It's just cycles within cycles within cycles. And this is one of these cycles. We're completing a cycle and starting a new one this week. So it's a really big deal. So that's how important it is for you to know where this is happening in your own personal chart. So if we go back just to look at the transits, and the sun right now at 27 degrees in this exact moment, making a beautiful conjunction with the north node. It's not exact. The sun has passed, but it is an aspect that is affecting us very powerfully right now. When the sun makes a conjunction to the north node, this is the soul being guided towards destiny. The north node is for the future. So where are we taking collectively right now, humanity? Towards the spiritual side of life, towards the divine connection, towards, you could call it God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. But there is a realignment right now in humanity that is guiding us towards the spiritual, towards noticing beyond the physical, beyond the energy of Virgo. So what this means is that we're learning to let go of the need to feel like we need to be in control of everything, and instead surrender to the void, which sounds scary, but it's like surrender to the universe, surrender to the cosmic divine alignment. Because with Saturn here in Pisces and the North Node as well, and the Sun and Neptune, who is the ruler of Pisces at 29 degrees, right? Critical degree. The most mature energy of Pisces is found here. It's like the end, right? 29 degrees of Pisces, the end. Like you see in the, when you watch those movies and you see like a fiend, it's really interesting. So there's like, it's the end, and it kind of feels like the end of the age of Pisces, right? And the beginning of the age of Aquarius, which we're already like into it. I'm one of those people that believe that we're fully into it. There's an acceleration of time, and we are in the physical environment. We're catching up with the quantum leaps that humanity has already made in the space of the mind, consciousness, and in general, energetic. The energetic quantum leaps have already occurred, especially with Pluto entering into Aquarius. And now we are catching up with it. So that's why the body can be like, oh God, what's happening right now? Like so much going on. But this is the ending of Pisces, of the age of Pisces. Like I feel like officially we're like one last hurrah, and we're off to Never Never Land. I'm just kidding. But this is a theme that's very present right now. So we're being guided like this. The light of the sun is shining on the future of humanity. And it's like, are you ready for the next phase? Are you ready for the new journey? Because it is 100% a new journey, especially when Neptune enters Aries. So let's move forward 1 day, 2 days. So here we are, March 19th of this week, where the sun will make a conjunction to Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces. So this is the ultimate completion. This is the ultimate world card. Like the lesson will arrive for us this Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday, and we will feel the culmination of that story. And you better get ready to close the book, because it's time for the next book to be written. And you're going to write that story by living your life, by using your wisdom, your will, and your love to make choices, by knowing your strategy, by following your strategy and your authority and your unique design to create the life that you want. And that's why it is so cool and so important of a time, astrologically speaking, Aries season. Of course, it comes in with like a time of balance on both hemispheres, equal day and equal night. And we celebrate at this time that harmonious frequency between the dark and the light. Like the polarity and the duality of our world just kind of finds a center, a moment of stillness where it's neither backwards nor forwards. It's just right here in the present. It's the perfect time to enter into a new journey, especially in the northern hemisphere, because you're experiencing the spring equinox, which is like everything starts to sprout and life slowly begins to come back after the winter season. So that's why I feel for anyone in the northern hemisphere, but in the southern hemisphere, if you're going into the fall, it's more of integration time for you, but you still begin a new journey. It's just about the integration of that journey that happens alongside a new beginning for you with this energy of Aries. So Pisces is intuition and Neptune is intuition. The sun shines the light on Neptune, enhances our intuition this week, and we can see the unseen and hear the unheard and fully enter, because this is a Pegasus stargate too. And Pegasus is it's the winged horse connected to the unicorn. It teaches us to believe in the unbelievable, to believe in miracles. This is what we're being invited into this week. And then we get to March 20th and we officially enter into Aries season. And this is crazy because Aries season it's coming in hot, like hitting it like a I don't know, shoot right out of the water, right out of the gate. It's going to hit fast and hard, okay? We go from water, mutable water, to cardinal fire. It's the spark. But once that spark gets turned on, once you get that fire going, there's no turning it off. It's like you got to follow it through. That's why when you sit and you sit intentionally and ask yourself, what do I want this next year to be for me? What do I want this to be? What do I want to create? What do I want to manifest? What are the things that I desire, you know? And how am I going to be in the best alignment for me to be able to do that? A lot of people in the world are waking up to the fact that, like, I feel like there's something more meaningful I'm supposed to do in life. And sometimes that more meaningful thing is just finding more balance. Learning about yourself, sometimes stepping into higher awareness, higher consciousness. Sometimes it's just more about finding more presence, being more present. Maybe you're so future oriented that you never spend time in the moment. And maybe it's just about coming back to the moment. Remember, this is a time on the earth of finding balance and harmony, finding yourself in the center so that you can move from this place. It's like a core identity in the middle. And when it's centered, then it knows which direction to go. It's easier for the ball to start rolling forward. And literally, we come in and you can see very close to the sun is Venus retrograde. She actually makes the next day of when the sun is at 1 degree of Aries, Venus retrograde makes a sextile to Pluto. So she brings in this powerful, Pluto brings in depth, deeper understanding. And the story of a Venus retrograde is we are learning how to reflect. Right now we're reflecting on all the ways that we show up in relationship. Aries is about the self. And if we can't show up in a strong sense of self, like if we're not confident, if we don't have any self-esteem, if we are lost, if we don't have any direction, if we don't know who we are and why we're here, how the hell are we going to expect relationships to work? And that's the deep lesson that Venus is teaching us right now in Aries. And so we get this moment of like receiving a deep message from the underworld. Right now she's in the underworld and we are in the underworld with her, walking through the valley of the shadow of death and letting go of all the things that are in the way of us finding ourselves and aligning ourselves through our own sense of identity. And what ends up happening right after that on the 22nd is boom, the Venus star point in the sign of Aries. Crazy that it's happening on March 22nd. Is that a coincidence that the alignment is happening at 2 degrees? 22 on March 22nd, 22, 22, 22. I mean, these numbers are very eye-opening. Like they're bringing us messages. 22 is a master number. This is where this is happening, 2 degrees. So what is the Venus star point? The Venus star point is the theme, the collective. Oh my God, now there's 22 in the chat. To get out of here. It's the collective theme that Venus invites us in as a humanity in relationship. So we're all doing this work because guess what? Chiron has been here in Aries too. Who am I and why am I here? As a collective, we're asking that question. So the star point creates a new 9-month experience, 9-month cycle of a rebirth, right? Because 9 months is the gestation period, like we're in the womb for 9 months before we're born. So every star point, we are reborn again and a new theme arises in the collective. This conjunction with Venus, retrograde with the sun, well, we call it a Cassini, but it is called the inferior conjunction. And the reason why we can't see Venus in the sky anymore is because she's exactly in between the Earth and the sun. So she's hidden from you. That's what the representation of going into the underworld is. You cannot see her. She's no longer the evening star. She's no longer the morning star. She has disappeared from the sky. And the Venus cycles have everything to do with being able to see Venus with the naked eye. So now that she is preparing to become the morning star, she's in her transitional period, making a conjunction, like stamping it in. This is the stamp, Venus star point in Aries. And all the themes of Aries in relationship, which is the continuation of everything we're talking about. It is the power of knowing the self. And we finish the week the next day with the sun at 3 degrees, then making a sextile to Pluto. So it gets the rest of the message. I love how thinking about these planets is like they're bringing us messages all the time, bringing us messages. And the story they tell is based off of what communication they're having with each other. And a lot of times we get like these glimpses depending on what planet is interacting with what planet, especially, if it's like a planet of communication like Mercury. So Mercury will also be making a conjunction to the sun, but that doesn't happen until a few days later, or maybe even just like the next day, probably. Yeah, the next day, because Mercury moves quite fast, even though it is retrograde. So next week we'll talk about that conjunction, but this is a big week. This is like huge shifts, huge changes. So when Dawn was asking like, oh, I hope this week is more relaxed, it's like, no, it's not, because we're literally starting a whole new year, a whole new astrological year. So your job is to align yourself with that bigger cycle. So ask yourself, what are you ready to initiate in your life? Because here we go again, one more time, right? So freaking powerful. All right. I wasn't really looking at the chat because I always, when I start really focusing, it's like I'm way better if I close my eyes. But let's see what's happening here in the chat. Let's see if there's any new people coming in. We got some conversations going on. CT Organics. I saw Jai on Astro Mingle and love how she teaches with such clarity. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Awesome. I'm so glad that you booked readings with me. That's amazing. I can't wait for that. All right. So what we are going to do next is a reading. And now we're going to enter into the Akashic records. I love doing this way, and you get to kind of experience that in itself. So I'm going to say a prayer to open up the records. Feel free to tune in on your own. Feel free to pull cards at the same time that I'm pulling cards. Sometimes that's really fun to do as well. But here we go. From the deep depths of the cosmic mind, I hear a whisper. This whisper calls us inward towards our essence. A light begins to glimmer at the center of our heart. This is the light of unity, the all-knowing wisdom of the One. Through this door, we open the gates of the Akashic, the magical flower of life. We see our duality. We recognize our sacred trinity. We begin to witness infinite possibilities as we become the observer and the observed. A powerful and luminescent light engulfs our being, and we feel many dimensions all at once. We enter the Akashic records, protected and loved by all star beings that have accessed these portals before. The records are now open. May wisdom flow. May understanding descend, and may we be blessed with the light of love. Okay, let's shuffle these cards. And what is the message for this week for us? What do we need to know during this great transition that we are coming into astrologically? All right. What's the most important thing that we need to know at this time as we embark on our journey of the week? Ooh, okay. 7 of Wands. What is the 7 of Wands about? The 7 of Wands is that feeling that you get when you've kind of reached a certain point in your life and you have to defend it in a way. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to stay strong. It's like the battle is not over. It's like that feeling of you may have to really move through some challenges. And it is Wands, right? It's Wands. So it's almost like, it's not like a battle, but it's kind of like you have to defend your spot. You have to just defend your position. You have to be strong where you are. This could be, people that are either jealous or people that just don't understand you, people that fight, against, it's like the resistance. But more than anything, this is about defending your position and for yourself, I feel like it's for ourselves. We need to have more confidence to be no, I made it this far in my life, and I'm not going to allow anything or anyone, whether it's a belief system, a thought, knock me out of my spot. So I think to me, it feels like we're dealing with these energies that are, it is possible to get knocked off the horse, but I feel us standing in our strength this week. Let us pull another card. Let us pull another card. And what do we need to know as an extension of this energy? Okay. So the next card we get is the card of death. Ha 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 ha. Yup. This is perfect. And I love how the story, unfolds. We have fought very hard to be where we're at. Sometimes it feels like you have to continue defending your position. But here's the thing. that all you really have to do is to surrender to the transformation that is coming right now. This death card literally represents a rebirth. The death card does not represent death. It represents a rebirth. It's very interesting. We're transitioning. It's a transition. And it is a rebirth because Aries is the baby. Aries is the new, the new season. Aries is the moment where we begin again. So it is a new beginning just around the corner, telling us that possibly this energy of feeling like we have to constantly be on the defense is ending. Ooh. All right. What else do we need to know? 2 cards are coming out, very strong cards. So we will look at them both. The Chariot. Okay. So we're getting ready to go. We're sitting here, right? We're ready. This is like we studied, we got ready for this point in our lives, and now we have like a chariot, we have a ride. This is like the Merkaba. We have, found, at least the knowledge of the duality of light and dark, and we have our armor. It's like we take all these tools with us. We are ready for the mission ahead, fully prepared. So this is the card that tells us we're ready. We're fully prepared for what comes next. And the other card that came out along with that one, which is actually more at the bottom of the deck, is the Empress card. This is Venus. She is like on her throne. And this card also represents Earth energy, connecting to Mother Earth, being grounded. Right? The spring equinox is very much this time of lusciousness where life starts to come back. She's also pregnant in this picture. This is the Venus star point coming through. Wow. This is the new gestation period. It's like, wow, there's so much. Like these major arcana cards coming out is kind of intense. So we're going through a powerful transformation. What we're letting go of is the need to feel like we're always needing to like protect ourselves, defend ourselves. Like the battle, there's something about this energy. It's like, it's too intense. And so we need to surrender. I want you to let go of the stick and just be like, you know what? Life is going to take care of me. Life is going to take care of me. When you surrender into that space, you actually will get ready for a rebirth. You have to trust that you have everything you need, that you are ready for this new journey. And essentially, this is like a 9-month energy, but it's a new journey of finding ourselves because of this Venus in Aries. The star point is happening in Aries, but it is completely like, right? The womb space. Wow. What is the message from our spirit guides, angels, and teachers? Okay, 2 cards came out. They're sword cards, okay? So the swords represent the mind. So we have the 9 of swords and we have the 7 of swords, both kind of gnarly cards. The 9 of sword represents like worry and anguish. The 7 of swords represents deception. Most of the issues I feel that are going around right now, it's like there's chaos in the space of in the mental space, that is like in the consciousness space, that is just like showing up and somehow messing with us. If you're not in the right mental space, you will feel the anguish and you will feel the worry, right? Like, and when you're in a space of worry, it's like you're deceiving yourself. Well, not necessarily deceiving yourself, but you may be holding on to a certain kind of energy that like is perpetuating more of that fear and worry. This is a very interesting combination of cards. This card usually represents people deceiving us. So it's like mental deception. if I feel like this is the collective mind, if we stay like tuned into what's happening, collectively in humanity, we'll be like all worried and stressed out, right? Not able to rest, nightmares, and we'll experience deception. Where's the deception coming from? If these are the swords and it lives in the space of the mind, the deception is happening via the realm of the mind and the any modes of like communication, right? So like, I don't know, what are you watching on TV? The news. Like, this is where information comes in. So it's almost like be aware of your mental, what you're connecting to in terms of belief systems, thoughts, ideas. It can be a scary period, that's coming. It could also mean that, it doesn't always have to be like love and light. In fact, I know it doesn't always have to be love and light, and I know it's not always love and light, but the cards that we got before are exciting in the sense of like there is a new beginning coming, and maybe we have to stay mentally strong to not get caught up or lost in this world. This is like the underworld, like scary place that you can go if you lose your mind. Oh, thanks, Angela. If you lose your ability to like think clearly and know your own mind, besides what someone else is trying to tell you. So that you can go into a dark place if you want to, but that makes me want to pull more cards. Like, if we want to, how do we move through this energy? How do we maybe protect ourselves? How do we find more clarity and clear away all that like mental pressure? Oh, wow. 6 of Cups. This is about inner child healing. This is about like sweet, innocent, like a sweet, innocent heart, love, sharing. This is a message to stay in your heart and to let your inner child out to play, to remember like that side of purity, like pure, innocent heart and playfulness. That's beautiful. That's how you stay. It's like beginner's mind, student mind, beginner's mind, right? That you stay in that place and you will transform yourself. All right. Which animal is going to guide us through this week? It's like I'm getting the message like it's always, always gets darker before it gets light, It always gets scarier before it comes out. With the Chariot card, I feel like we're getting ready for something, because if you didn't need to get ready for something, you wouldn't be ready with all your armor and your knowledge and your wisdom. It's like, I feel like this is the light workers that are here on earth, to bring heaven on earth, to help ground people on earth that are experiencing this kind of energy. And a huge part of it has to do with, healing old wounds, and childhood traumas and experiences that keep you from basically allowing yourself to be loved. Because what happens when we're stuck, it's like we leave behind pieces of us, right, in the past that we needed to protect. And so they went like, they hid behind in our psyche because of these childhood traumas. And now we're like entering into a place where like you have to be fully in that creative potential. This is also, this is the children, and, this is the mother. So the mother taking care of the children, but we're learning to mother ourselves. So it's like there's all these different dualities showing up here at the same time. But I do feel like you got to be ready, because there's some kind of crazy thing that could be coming. I don't know. That card just fell. I love this. So we got, and I adjust myself, the nightingale. It's a little bird. Let's read about this nightingale. First of all, it is an air element animal. Birds fly. So there's a lesson there to teach us to rise above things. The nightingale. All right. The nightingale is fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. The simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports its listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Churn it up, write it down, and let it out. When in balance, you sing and you speak freely with kindness. When out of balance, you can feel shy or like you have a lump in your throat. To bring to balance, music. Wow. So music is going to play a really big part this week. Songs that you love, singing yourself, speaking your, sharing your voice, speaking your truth, remembering the wisdom of that lives deep within. So we're experiencing a rebirth. We are prepared for what comes next. Venus is guiding us in this process. There may be scary things ahead, especially in the space of the mind. If you don't, you can get caught up in that space, is what I feel. The space of deception of the mind. And the real true work lies in healing the past. And what I say by healing the past, I mean calling your inner child back to help you understand and remember what it meant like to love unconditionally and to have an excitement for life that was unmatched. The universe wants us to go to that space of innocence because it does. It feels kind of heavy. It feels quite heavy. What's at the bottom of the deck here? I don't know why. I just wanted to check. 6 of Swords. It's time to leave behind everything that no longer serves you, especially the things that make you feel turbulence in your life, in your emotions. And you need to move from the turbulent waters to the calm waters. The only way you can do that is you leave and you don't look back. Because if you look back, you will get petrified, like turned to stone. Remember that story? That's how strong you have to be to walk away right now. Because I feel like there's all these things like pulling us back. But no, you are strong and you are ready and you're prepared for the journey. There's no looking back. You cannot look back. Ooh, that's intense. But wow, what a reading. From the deepest depths of our soul, we give gratitude and love, for we understand we are a fractal of that cosmic whole. As we give, so we get, open to all possibilities through all time and space. We walk through the Akashic portal back to our inner space, remembering that this wisdom lives within every cell of our being. Thank you, star beings, for holding this sacred space and for protecting us during this journey through time and space. The records are now closed. Music. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for supporting this channel, this community. I hope you have an amazing week. A happy spring equinox. I will definitely be doing something special in the Starseed membership. I'll send out an invitation for everyone, and the spring equinox is basically on Thursday. So Thursday evening, we'll have a special event. Hopefully you can join us in the Starseed membership for that event so that we can usher in the new year. And I'm not going to make any promises because I have an undefined ego, but I literally just got a hit of like, how fun would it be to do Club Jai? To like finish off the year with Club Jai. Wouldn't that be fun? I'll see if I can make that happen. No promises, but it would be super fun. So if it does happen, you'll see it. I'll be posting about it. Make sure you're in our global community because that's where I host all the free events and also here on YouTube. So Satnam, have a beautiful week. I'll see you guys next time.